Hi there, thank you for watching this YouTube video. Today I'm reviewing LEGO Monkey Kid Mythical Creature Qilin. This set released just this year on January 1st, and it is a very interesting set. Now, let's get straight into the review. Now, as I said before in the introduction, this is set 80066 LEGO Monkey Kid's Mythical Creature Qilin, and it retails for $70 USD with 791 pieces. Now, on paper, this seems like a decent deal, being at around 9 cents per piece, but price to piece ratio isn't everything. Holding it in my hand, it definitely does not feel like a $70 set, when for $30 more, you could have gone Mythical's Evil Mech, which released back in Season 3. It would definitely feel much better if it was at a $60 price point, or even $65 would be insanely better. Or even remove some of the side builds from this set and put it for a much more reasonable $55. Anyways, this set comes with the Mythical Creature Qilin, 2 side builds, 5 minifigures, and Mo. The Qilin isn't crazy, but honestly, I really like the color scheme of all of it. The gold really complements well with the yellow, and the turquoise works well to fully pull together the entire build. It comes with head articulation. You can rotate it left, right, down, but not up. It really constricts such a large amount of the head articulation as a result, and it feels so much more static. I would much prefer for it to be connected in a different way, not in a ball joint because it is. It really impedes its ability to make the creature dynamic, and is not very easy to play with as a result. You can open up the mouth, it's utilizing just a simple click hinge, and isn't anything extremely complex, but it's fine for what it is. It really could have had a much better inside of the mouth too, by utilizing inverted tiles, so the mouth would be more interesting, but unfortunately not. The Qilin has 2 stud shooters, but most of the time, it's blocked by either the head, the legs, and the fur. As a result, you can't use it to shoot much, because if you shoot too low, you hit the legs. Too high, it goes straight up, or hits the head. And right in the middle, the fur gets in the way. This is genuinely a shame, and would have been a very easy fix if they used something like a mixel joint, so at least it can shoot the sides. Or move the placement of the stud shooters to more forward, so the chance of it hitting itself drastically decreases. Anyways, there is some good in this set. At least the legs have some articulation, but not much. The legs are connected to the torso by using rotation joints, which is similar to almost every other Monkey Kid mech we have gotten in the past few years. It can move its legs, but because the feet are connected by mixel joints and are extremely close together, there's practically no movement in the legs. The max you can do is having it look down like it's moving. And worst of all, the tail gets in the way a lot when attempting to make it set down, which makes the leg movement practically non-existent. There is 4 of the new 2x2 with half circle on top tile in pearl gold also in the feet, which is great, and it is the perfect piece for this set. Nevertheless, this build is still immaculately detailed, with so much snot work in it, and the slopes giving it a much more finished feeling as well. Every part of the build feels extremely premium, with there being no stability issues other than in the Pixie's food stall, which I will delve into later, and the building techniques used were actually quite interesting. However, all hope is not lost, for it has a mini jet resting on the Qilin's back. You can remove it and put a Monkey Kid anime minifigure inside of it. It's not much, and it is extremely small, but it's better than nothing, I guess? It comes with a flag on the mini jet, which is sadly not printed on, and is merely just a sticker, but it shows a LEGO Monkey Kid logo and a dragon? I guess we'll figure out what the dragon is all about in Season 6 when you remove the mini jet. The back feels extremely empty, as it's just a single 2x4 tile and brown just exposed. It detracts a lot from the overall aesthetic of the set. However, it does make it feel a lot more like a real creature without it, and is definitely much less static now. Anyways, there are 2 other side builds in the set. One of them is a cloud for a celestial warrior, and the other is Pixie's food stall. The cloud is not anything extremely special. It's similar to the other rideable clouds we have gotten in many other sets. It can hold a minifigure, but it does also come with 2 of the Unikitty tails recolored in white, which is great and will definitely be used in a lot of different sets as well. But it also comes with a 2x2 tile with curve on top in white, which is really funny of how the 7 sets comes in. 4 of them is just different Monkey Kid sets. Pixie's food stall, on the other hand, is a little bit more unique. It has a handle indicating for Pixie to hold it and serve food to whoever would appreciate it. It comes with a bunch of his cooking materials, but it also comes with a stud shooter hidden inside, which is a nice touch, but it results in it being a challenge to fully close the top. It is made by utilizing the lightsaber hilts in dark bluish gray, which connects up to a 1x3, which is unfortunately a little bit fragile if you add too much pressure to the sides. The entire thing just bursts open. Also, it comes with the wagon wheels in light tan, which is nice since that piece came in only 2 other sets, both of them being extremely expensive. One is a steamboat, and the other is a Notre Dame architecture set, and comes with the new 1x1 pearl gold clip with stud attachment piece, which is now coming in a lot of other sets as well, not just this one. It adds a lot to the set, surprisingly, with a way to play with the set peacefully by opening up the food stall, for example, which is nice and is always appreciated when they include more ways to play. Anyways, there are 5 minifigures in the set. Celestial Warrior, MK wearing a white jacket, May also wearing a white jacket, but they are very slightly different, Pigsy in one of his normal outfits, Sandy wearing a light, bright yellow jacket, and Mo, which is always great, and it has a new face print too. Anyways, the MK with a white jacket is exclusive to just this set. It comes with a new torso and new pants. Now, I actually really like this minifigure, more than most of the other Monkey Kid minifigures we have gotten previously. The torso is actually really well designed. It utilizes a white background, which makes it pop out when it is on the Qilin, but it also uses red, yellow, and bluish green to make it feel like it's part of the set. Now, personally, I would have loved to see maybe some arm printing, but considering how there's only been 2 sets that released this year as compared to the normal 8, and with seemingly no new sets or even a new season for this year, the budget has drastically decreased this year, which could be a probable reason as towards why they couldn't do any arm printing, which is a shame. Anyways, the pants are also extremely well designed, with it not being only dual moded and lots of printing on it, but it also has side printing as well. Most Monkey Kid minifigures do not have side printing, so it's extremely interesting to see it in this set of all places. The printing in a dual mold looks fabulous and integrates very well with the torso. Now, personally, I would have much preferred to maybe not have printing on the sides, but to instead have it on the arms, but it's still fine like this. The head is the same 2 expressions we've gone for this and last year, and I actually really like this head. Now, on to the next minifigure, which is May. At a first glance, it may seem that MK and May have the same exact torso, but they actually don't. MK has a white jacket with his black and red circle, very slightly showing, whereas May has a normal green shirt on with the white jacket over. This is definitely a waste of a print, and could have been used on much better spent on other characters, such as Pigsy, who has not gone a torso in 1 year. I would have preferred to use a more stereotypical shirt under it and use it on both MK and May, so other minifigures can have new torsos as well. Other than that small difference, their shirt is pretty much the exact same, with no difference at all. Worst of all, it comes with a normal, unprinted, single model, no printing on the sides, white pants. LEGO could have literally used the same pair of pants as MK, and I would be much more happy. Her face expression is the same we have seen since 2020. Nothing special. Overall, I do not like this minifigure in the least. At least Monkey Kid had a new pair of pants. The next minifigure is Sandy. Now, I actually quite like this minifigure. It comes with a new torso in bright light yellow, and just like Monkey Kid and May, a jacket. But this is drastically different. It has a bunch of little mo's stitched onto the jacket, which is such a cute feature, and his beaded necklace over the torso as well. The back of the torso actually has a large version of Mo stitched onto it, which has covered up all of the small versions of Mo. You can see the jagged marks on where the arms come out, as if Sandy ripped the jacket because it was too big for him, sort of like in the Celestial Pagoda. This minifigure actually doesn't need arm printing, and I'm quite happy that it doesn't actually have any. The pants are actually not Monkey Kid pants, but they actually originated in Ninjago, of all places. But it works quite well for Sandy, and it's definitely not the first time we have seen it be used for his character. The next minifigure is Pigsy. this Pixie isn't anything insanely interesting, as it is using the exact same torso we've gotten in the fabulous Megapolis set, and as a result, there isn't much to say about it. I wish we had gotten even a new face expression at least, but I guess there was not enough budget left for that. Anyways, the next minifigure is the Celestial Warrior. This minifigure is actually quite interesting. I'm assuming he's supposed to represent someone in a Celestial army, but since Season 6 hasn't come out yet, if it will ever, I doubt we will figure out who this person is. It comes with a brand new torso that was also used on a Celestial General, which was a minifigure in the other set of this year, and I actually quite like it. The torso is quite interesting, with it having an orange and silver color scheme, but it works very well. I desperately wish this minifigure had some sort of printing on its legs, or at minimum on its arms. It would have made it feel way more armored up, and as a result, it's truly a shame they didn't do that. The helmet for it is a completely new mold, and I don't really like it too much, but it's not terrible. Overall, this minifigure feels like a waste, and doesn't particularly need to be in a set very much. Now, my final thoughts on the set is that it's not the best. I would much rather spend my money on Monkey Kid's Lion Guardian, which released a couple years back, which looks much better than this, and has good minifigures over these. This set has a phenomenal Monkey Kid minifigure, but the Qilin feels very boring as a build, and the other minifigures aren't crazy either. And we've reached the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and please make sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, as I am a newer channel, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.